Throughout my life, I've always played sports, even multiple sports at a time. One day, my grandmother told me I had to choose between two sports because at that time, I was playing two sports. I was playing both cheerleading and volleyball. And so it was a very hard decision to make because I loved both sports. But I went with volleyball, and I'm glad I made that decision because I ended up playing the remaining years I was in school. As you can see, I'm also wearing a Cavalier volleyball shirt from whenever I played in high school, which is a school up in North Carolina, by the way. But I'm going to briefly explain the history behind volleyball, the materials needed to play volleyball, and exactly how to play volleyball. So, according to thefactfile.org, William G. Morgan invented the sport in 1895. That is a very long time ago. According to Britannica.com, there are 6 players on each side of the court. So for example, here is a picture of a court, also a basketball court. And as you can see here, the net is what separates both players, both teams, I mean. So there would be 3 players in the front, 3 players in the back on both sides. According to Sports Fitness, volleyball improves your physical health and emotional health. Your body is toned whenever you play volleyball because you do all the lifting of weights, you're moving a lot, using a lot of cardio. It increases your metabolic rate and improves your hand-eye coordination and reduces stress. How it reduces stress is because your mind is focused on nothing else, which is a good thing sometimes. There are 3 different positions in volleyball. One is the libero. The libero is the person that you see with a different colored jersey in the back row. Normally they're in the middle, and their main position, their main goal is to get the ball to our setter. Our setter is the one who sets the ball off to our hitter. And then our hitter is the one who hits the ball onto the other side of the court in hopes that the ball will hit the floor and our team gets the point. So, the materials needed for volleyball is, for starters, 1, the ball. This is what a volleyball looks like. It's a little smaller than a basketball. It's soft. This ball is a little flat, so don't mind that. But they're normally firm. So, there we go. Just like that. Then, the shoes. You want to wear closed-toed shoes. It doesn't matter if they're golfing shoes. I mean, you don't normally want to use golfing shoes, but you just want closed-toed shoes. And you just tie them like normal shoes. There's nothing special about them. These are my work shoes, but you want shoes that aren't going to be slippery because you are running a lot to try and get to the other ball. Another thing is the clothes. You want something that you can move around in, something that you can breathe in. For example, you see them a lot wearing spandex. And normally they wear long sleeve shirts, but for example, this is a shirt that I wore whenever I played volleyball in high school. We would wear it over our jerseys. But as you can see, it's like a dry fit material. It's very flexible. I can move around in it. It's not tight. It looks good. Another thing that you would need are the knee pads. Knee pads look like this, and their main goal is to just protect your knees from scraping on the ground because it does happen a lot because you are on the floor trying to get the ball and prevent it from hitting you or hitting the ground. So there is a certain way that you have to stand while playing volleyball. This way is with your knees bent, your arms out, and together. Normally, you want your forearms to be touching, so that way whenever the ball comes to hit them, you have control of where you want to hit the ball. So if you have your ball, your arms open like this, the ball's gonna fall straight through. And then you lose the point, and that point goes to the other team, and that's not what you want. Your hands, normally some people hold them like this. A lot of people hold them like this. It doesn't really matter. just as long as that they're flat and together, so that way you have control of where you want to move the ball. There's how this game is played most over is the ball is served over from the other side, going over the net, and normally they want to hit the back row. So the back row players are in the back in their stance on their toes, ready to move wherever the ball goes. Once they hit the ball, the people in the back row, once they pass the ball over, they're trying to get it to the setter. The setter is the one that sets the ball up for the hitters. So once the ball is sent over from the libero to the setter is going to set the ball to the hitters so that way they can spike the ball on the other side of the court. Sometimes you can hear the people yelling, mine, I got it. That's very important. Communication is very important because if you're going to the ball while another player on your team is going to the ball as well, you're going to bump into each other and the ball is just going to hit the floor and you lose that point again. So overall, volleyball is a very easy sport to play. It does require a lot of running, communication, being on the floor, hand-eye coordination, but they're all very important for the sport itself. Anyone can play volleyball too. It doesn't matter whether you're a male or a female because they have teams for both. Hopefully, I hope this presentation helped you understand how to play volleyball and what's needed to play volleyball. Thank you.